What's up, y'all? Child, when I tell you, I literally just got home by a good 30 minutes ago. About 30 minutes. I'm damn tired. You hear me? I done been to 4 stores today, child. I'm tired. I ain't cooking shit. I ain't cleaning shit. I ain't doing shit else, honey. But what I'm gonna do next is gonna have to do with me sitting down. Okay? I am sitting down on the next few little things I got to do. I'm tired, y'all. I know I said that, honey, I was gonna come back and clean with y'all, baby. I'm gonna wash these dishes. I'm gonna wash these dishes, but that's gonna be after I sit down. So, cause honey, I got to take me a little seat, honey. I got to park it. I got to rest. But so I just came on with y'all because I'm just putting up these groceries because I told y'all I was gonna come back. Welcome to the family, love there. I'm happy to have you. Um, I'm gonna put up these groceries and stuff, and I told y'all I was gonna come back, and I ain't want to look like a liar to you. So I'm like, let me come on back, but we ain't gonna be doing what I said I was gonna do. Okay, we ain't fixing to, we ain't fixing to be cleaning nothing. Damn that, honey. I'll cook tomorrow. What you saying now? I don't blame you, Chef. Turn the music. Exactly. I need a child. When I tell you, I needs me a little, a little calm down. I might do have me a little drink once I sit on down. But I gotta put these groceries and stuff up. Y'all will get them hauls coming up the next couple of days, honey, on them grocery stores I done been to and the stores I done been to. I done been to 4 stores today. So I got some shopping coming for y'all. Okay. We got some shopping coming. So y'all be ready, child. Grab your pocketbooks, your wallets, your debit cards, your checkbooks, honey, and them credit cards, honey, because you just might just swipe that dollar and make them holler. Somebody reminded me of that, y'all. I was on somebody, I forgot who it was, but they came with my comments the other day, and they was like, swipe that dollar and make them holler. You know it. Swipe that dollar and make them holler. Cash out. Swipe that dollar and make them holler. Super chat. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all just didn't know at the time, but I done told y'all this before, that when I used to sing that song, I came up with that song, I was going through a struggle. I was going through a struggle. Ain't nobody know it on here. I was going through the struggle because I was in the house buying process and I couldn't spend money like I wanted to. I couldn't spend money at all, really. And it was hard for me because we couldn't spend no money. And I knew the money that we had, I had to hold on to it. But anyway, long story short, I had came up with that song, and y'all was just, some people was just sending some cash outs. They was sending super chats and stuff like that, and they didn't understand why I was actually singing that song. But I wasn't begging. I was singing that song because I was going through a struggle. It was hard times at that time. But yeah, it just made me smile when that person came in the comments and it was like, slide that dollar and make them holler. I was like, boy, I tell you, that was some struggle days. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, gotta be grateful for where you at. You gotta be grateful. Tiana, you have to be tested to have a testimony. You better know it. That's right though. That is the whole truth though. So I thank God for where I'm at today because I can say that life is good. You know, and it wasn't bad then. It really wasn't bad then, but it was my struggle days. That was my struggle days then. Trying to stay above water. It ain't easy, trying to stay above water, but I made it. I'm here and I'm still trying to stay above water. So yeah, like these shopping videos and stuff that y'all gonna be getting for now on out, it's gonna be of me teaching y'all how to go in the stores and find deals, how to pick this over that, how to budget, what stores to go to, how I do it, what I look for, and how I pick out what I pick out. Cause I know y'all be liking the stuff that I do, and also I'm a budgeter, man. I'm a budgeter. Y'all already know that. I'm gonna put budgeting before anything. I might be a spender, but I'm a budget at the same time. I'm not much of a spender, but I spend on things that I know that I need. And a lot of time, and I call myself a spender when I do that, because I don't know, I be overdoing it sometimes because I'm a bulk shopper. I can't help it. I shop for now and later. So that's why I buy as much as I buy, being that it's only me and my husband, because I just can't go and just get one or two of this. I gotta get three and four and five of this, because I don't like getting out to the grocery store, and then especially if I catch it on a sale. Baby, if I catch it on sale, honey, that right there just makes me forget all about, honey, how to act in the grocery store. But I do what I got to do. I do what I got to do to survive, and I'm making it, and I thank God for that. So yeah, I'm just putting up my groceries and stuff. Right, well, I'm finna start putting up these groceries and stuff. But yeah, y'all. So that's the type of shopping videos that y'all gonna be getting coming up, because I'm taking a step back so that I can continue to move forward. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do to survive. So the way that I shop is perfect for people that get food stamps, that is on fixed incomes, that don't have much. The way that I shop is perfect because I'm not a name brand type of girl, even when I was, buying things that I can afford. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't just strictly name brand. That's just not me. I'm gonna buy some off brand stuff. And I know the good off brand stuff that's good, the to buy, that is close to the name brand stuff. Everything you ain't got to buy got to have a name on it. It don't. I'm just saying. It don't have to have a name on it. God dang it. Like, you over here trying to make somebody else richer when you need to be trying to pull yourself up out of struggle. The math ain't mathing. You got to do what you got to do, and you got to learn how to do it. And you'd be surprised. It's a lot of people. Y'all hit the like button. But you'll be surprised. It's a lot of people that just don't know how to do it. They just don't get it. They just the in and out type of people when it comes to grocery shopping. And I've never been that type. I don't care how much time I don't have. I'm gonna make time to walk through the grocery store and be able to compare prices and look at weight and measurements and stuff like that. These boxes say that they is, and compare it to the next. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. I ain't just gonna pick something up and be like, oh yeah, I like this, I'm finna get that, I like that, I'm finna get that. No ma'am. No ma'am. I got to look at the weight on stuff. I got to compare it to the thing to the thing that it's similar to. I got to check the prices and compare the prices, you know? And that's why it take me so long in the grocery stores. And I also got to shop different stores. I'm not finna do all my grocery shopping in one grocery store. That just don't make sense to me, because you're not going to get a good saving like that. You got to shop around. You got to shop around to be able to stretch your dollar. You got to go in the Dollar Tree, Big Lot, Roses, in whatever stores that y'all got that's going to help y'all save some money. You got to go and shop in all those different stores. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to get cleaning supplies, and the Dollar Tree or the dollar store ain't, giving you the bang that you might be trying to get, you might got to run and Ross and Burlington. You know what I'm saying? To go and get your cleaning supplies and stuff that you need. You got to do. We all got to do what we got to do. But some people, they just don't know how to do that. They don't have the time for shopping. They don't want to look for nothing. And people like that, you don't want to save nothing either. You know what I'm saying? And I can't get down with people like that, because I'm gonna save a dollar in any way that I can. I'm gonna save one. But yeah, let me put this stuff up, child, because I'm over here just talking. But I'm telling y'all the truth though. For real. Like, I'm gonna save a dollar. That's just me. That's just it's just in me to save a dollar. I'm gonna do that. All right. So yeah, but let me put this stuff up so that I can sit down with y'all and do what I was finna do, because I'm finna cut up my bell peppers, onions, and celery. Get that cut up, put it in the freezer. Ain't nothing finna go to waste. I'm finna shred my lettuce, get it preserved, put up like I like it, so that it could be preserved for a long time till I get ready to use it. I'm finna shred my soap so I can make my washing powder, but I'm not gonna make the washing powder today. I'm just gonna shred my soap today, that way, because it's gonna take a little time, trying to shred that soap. So when I get ready to make that washing powder, and do the video for y'all on that, I need my soap to already be shredded. Try tell me why eggs $16 for a 30 count. What that is, 36? Yeah, 36 count. The two 18 count packs. Tell me why eggs $16. I ain't want to spend them $16, and damn sure didn't want to spend no $22 on a 60 count. Okay, but you know what? I probably should have, but I just said to myself, you know what? I'd rather spend these 16 because that's good enough for me and Bay. And I'm gonna be the one doing the cooking, so I'm finna have to cut back and add some shit to add some stuff to make it stretch. You hear me? I'm over here sounding like, yeah, Tiana, that's what you say. You know you be overcooking. You know this, you know that, honey. I'm finna try. What you said, man? Yeah. You want to see that video? Y'all, I'm gonna make my own washing powder. So I gotta shred my soap and stuff so that I can be able to, when I get ready to make that video, I could just put all the stuff together and I don't have to be shredding soap and all this stuff the same day. So yeah. So we're gonna be doing that. I'm finna cut the bell peppers, onion, shred soap. I got a lot I need to do. I gotta wash dishes still. I'm not gonna cook. We just gonna eat that pizza that's in the refrigerator. I'm not finna cook. I'm not finna clean up nothing. Cause baby, it could wait till tomorrow. My energy is definitely depleted for the day. I am done. Okay. So yeah, we got to split one egg. I'm trying to tell you, honey, add some milk to it, baby. Make it stretch. Okay. So yeah. Let me put this stuff up, child. I done said enough, honey. Y'all ring that doorbell, hit the thumbs up, the like button. Thank y'all for coming through. What's up, little diamonds? Hey, Tika. Hey, Chef. Hey, everybody coming up in here. Welcome if you're new. I'm happy to have y'all. All right, but I gotta put my groceries up. No, I am not showing y'all what I got intentionally because I got a grocery haul coming up for y'all too. So y'all, whatever y'all see, that's what you see. But no, I'm not trying to show you how much was this, how much was that, what you got there, what you got. I'm not trying to show y'all all that because I got a video coming up for that. Okay, I'm just here until I get ready to sit down. Okay. The groceries done got high, y'all. Ridiculous. Don't make no sense how high they done got. But we got to get it, you know. We sit and we complain about how much the stuff is, and that's all we can really do. That's all we can really do is listen to our own self complain. But ain't nothing else we can do about it, you know. This stuff is just too high. I'm telling you. It's gonna be getting kind of hard out here to try to survive, y'all. And they're not trying to make it where we can survive either. I ain't trying to make it where we can survive. But it is what it is, you know. Because one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. I don't care if I'm going to have to. I don't. Let me tell you something. My pride is definitely not too high to eat from the Dollar Tree. And even if I got to go to a food pantry, baby. If I got to go to a food pantry and I can't buy me no groceries, and the only thing I can afford to do is go buy me some meats and I can't afford to get my canned goods, oh, you best believe y'all gonna be seeing Tiana doing some hauls from the food pantry. I'm just saying, cause my pride is not too high to feed me and my husband my belly, baby. Because like I told y'all, one thing I refuse to be, okay? One thing I refuse to be is hungry. I ain't finna go hungry for nobody. Nobody. I don't care who it is. I ain't finna go hungry for you, baby. I will go shop. I will go to a food pull up. Honey, load the car for me, please. Okay? And get my canned goods and whatever else they offer me, honey. And be proud. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. That's what people want you to be. People want you to be too prideful to go and do what you got to do to survive. I'm not finna be too prideful to do what I got to do. I'm gonna do what I got to do at any means necessary, and it is what it is. Food pantry and all, you know. Shoot, cause then let me tell you something. While I'm gonna be over there in the line at the food pantry, it's gonna be somebody else wishing they had the guts, the nerve, the confidence, the courage, and one of them you want to use. They gonna wish that they had that in them to get over there in that line to get them some groceries, knowing that they refrigerators and cabinets don't eat. I refuse, honey. I refuse. I'm telling you, I refuse to be hungry. I'm not finna be hungry. Nah. I may not have the best, but it's all right. Damn the rest. Okay? And I'm for real about that. I am for real. Take me for a joke if you want to. I'll show you better than I can tell you. I ain't never been too good to eat. No. I don't care where I gotta go get it from. Cause trust me, and you. Trust me, you. I done been to food pantries before. I done been in them lines. And I done been from one food pantry to the next, to the next, to the next. In them lines. Early in the morning. Trying to get me some groceries. And we was eating good, child. Okay? Y'all was sitting up there watching me. I don't even did it on videos. This was over when I stayed in the other house. Around the time when I first started YouTube. Y'all done sat there and watched me cut up my lemons and put them in the freezer, preserving them, cutting bell peppers and onions. I had bukus, boatloads of stuff. Y'all just ain't know where I was getting it from. But baby, trust me, we weren't hungry, okay? By the time I get finished with y'all, trying to show y'all how to do it, how to get this food and stuff, honey, y'all gonna be trying to get just like me, honey. It ain't gonna be nothing for you to be over there trying to do it too, okay? Cause one thing for certain, two things for sure. See, y'all be having it messed up. Y'all be having it messed up. And we ain't got enough real people out here neither. You know, just because a person do YouTube and stuff, don't never think that they got money like that. Because a lot of us ain't making that money like that. We over here still struggling, trying to survive, paying our bills just like y'all. We ain't got it like that. We just fortunate enough to be able to work how we want to work. You know what I'm saying? But some of us still struggling. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to make it. Y'all just be having it twisted and be thinking that we got it like that just because our face is on the TV. No, we ain't got it like that. I can say that for myself. I ain't got it like that, and I ain't too proud to say that I don't. I ain't got time to be putting on for nobody. Cause you sit up here and be telling all them lies and be trying to act like you got it going on. Honey, you gotta tell one lie to cover another one. And I ain't got time for that. I'm just going on, tell it like it is, and keep it pushing because who paying my bills? I am. I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming. I gotta hear. I'm coming. You be ready to open that light bill, don't you? Yeah. Huh?
I care about.
It's already paid.
You could have told him how much it was then.
Well, I don't never tell you. I just let you wait. You like to look at it.
I know. I don't never see no internet bill.
Oh, you ain't gonna see that. That's automatic. Certain bills on automatic draft.
Did I tell you not to buy no more meat?
We ain't have that right now. So I got what we needed. Your ass ain't gonna be saying that when you eat. So what you talking about? Don't be talking to me all sideways and stuff.
I told you not to buy no motherfucking
told me
meat.
not to buy.
Damn, bro.
Ugly self.
I ain't told you not to buy no motherfucking meat, bro. Bro.
Come on, give me a kiss.
Hard-headed, bro.
You ain't gonna say no when you eating it.
No, I just sat there and told you.
Hey, take these back though while you going back down.
Now you got this for the clothes?
I got that to make my washing powder with. Nah, don't be asking questions and shit. And take that tissue back there with you too. Yeah, I gotta put that. Hey, you ain't gotta put them boxes in the attic. I got a place where I want you to put them boxes at, and it's gonna be out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I got husband duties. You a damn lie. I just got home. What you talking about? I ain't did nothing all day. Don't start that shit there now. Told y'all one thing I refuse to be is hungry. It sure would be nice, girl. Honey, I need to get to the million. Hey, Daniel and Shatika, you go to the food pantry too? I don't blame you, girl. Sure. I ain't here to judge you, girl. I'm with you. My family comes before my pride. You better say it again. You better say it again, girl. Been there, done that. I know that's right. Hmm. Stick that bread in the freezer, child. Hold on. Tell me, get back to what I used to do. Baby. Ain't no wrong. Ain't no wrong with trying to survive. You hear me? And don't let nobody tell you it is. That ain't what Keisha and them got to say, honey. Because Keisha and them probably over there living good. You know, getting food stamps and stuff, honey. You got to do what you got to do. Because us over here spending cash on groceries, baby, them dollars add up fast. You hear me? So, you got to do what you got to do. I'll put this in the freezer when I get that stuff up out of my freezer in a couple of days. I ain't got no hamburger buns. tired, family. Wash my hands. Eggs though. Man. Boy, these eggs so hot, honey, they'll make you try to raise some chickens. Baby, these eggs so high. These eggs so high, baby. It had me YouTubing how to build a chicken nest thing. Honey, I went to YouTube on how to build a chicken thing. A chicken coop. Girl, I need to know how to build a chicken coop. And how to, I'm for real. Y'all might think I'm lying. But I was literally searching how to build a chicken coop out of little money. Because that may be coming. I ain't even gonna say it ain't. That may be coming real soon for me. Honey, trying to build a chicken coop. Only thing I thought of, because while I was over there looking at how to build a chicken coop, somebody had the nerve to show a video of a doggone snake getting in there with the chickens and stuff. And then I'm like, oh Lord, you gotta worry about that right there. But I'm seriously, I don't know, I know I done thought about it before, but I'm seriously thinking about, then I be thinking about when I get ready to go out of town and stuff like that, who gonna feed the chickens and watch the chickens and all of that right there. Like, is it worth it? Child, I don't do that much with eggs. The only thing I do with eggs is try to eat them for breakfast and stuff. I don't do that much bacon and all that there. Honey, I think I could do without some eggs if eggs get too high. Honey, I think I can make it. So, you know, I don't know about the chicken coop thing, but I'm sure enough thinking about it again with trying to start me a little garden in my yard and stuff. I'm thinking about it, y'all. I'm for real. I'm thinking about doing me a little garden. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm just scared of the animals that come along with it and stuff. That's what I'm scared of. And the bugs and stuff. I might can deal with the bugs a little bit. It's just the animals that come with it. You know, food bring animals. So, I'm kind of scared of that. But I'm thinking about it. Trying to get me a little garden started. It ain't much I really have out there, but, you know, at least I have something. I was telling the man that in the grocery store though. The man was like, I was shopping looking for eggs and stuff. And I was just talking to myself. And I was like, start off small in containers. Don't overwhelm yourself. I have a huge garden and it works for very therapeutic. And that's another thing that I was thinking about it for too. I want it to be therapeutic for me, but I don't know if it'll be therapeutic for me because I'm scared of bugs. So, but I think I might. I might try my hand and I don't know. I don't really want to say that I am, but I might. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because stuff getting too high, So you got to do what you got to do, but we just got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. And I told y'all, I'm not finna worry about all that they're trying to stock up and all that stuff like that on canned goods and stuff. I'm not really gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna make sure I have my groceries like I always do, cause I don't want stuff to go to waste. I'm just gonna keep me some groceries. And but I think I do need to, do a garden or something because, like I said, God gonna provide, but you do got to do a little footwork sometimes too. So, with me having a garden, if I ain't got no meat, yeah, and plant on pots too. Yeah, that's what I had started trying to do one time, but it didn't work for me because I was trying to do it on the inside of my porch instead of getting out there in the yard. So this time when the weather get nice, I think I'm actually gonna go out there in the yard and try to, do a little something this time. I might, I don't know. Don't hold me to it, y'all, cause honey, the main thing is I'm scared of bugs now. So, you know, I don't know how that's gonna work, but yeah. So okay, so I gotta get this here. Take all this here. I might I might I might go to Sam's and get me. Oh, I gotta cook this here because it's gonna go bad in a little while. Anyway, I might go to Sam's and get me like a couple boxes of these and put them back too in my little containers, the little Jiffy Mix stuff. I think I'm gonna get me some of those too. But yeah, y'all. I'm tired. Instead of trying to push, I'm tired. I think I'm gonna let these potatoes stay out. Do they have to? Let's see. I think I don't like my potatoes stay out because, they be bringing them little flies and stuff. I know people say don't put them in the refrigerator, but I like to put mine. I like to put mine in the refrigerator because they last long like that. Okay, so that's it for now. I gotta put. I'm gonna put. Yeah, to me they last longer in the refrigerator. And my onions too. I just like them in the refrigerator. Potatoes going up too, y'all. If y'all notice. We talking about eggs, but potatoes going up. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to grow. I want to grow some potatoes. I want to grow cracked cabbage, bell peppers, onions, celery. You know, stuff like that that I know I'm gonna be using. Spinach, probably kale. You know, I can eat those greens. Just little stuff like that. Not nothing too much. I don't know about the green beans and stuff, child. They be talking about the worm with the hook on the tail and child. So I'm just leave this trash. Is full and I got to try to find somewhere to put my pork chop. I think I made a space right there. Okay. Oh, so I gotta break the pork chop down though. I don't want to put them family packs in there because I ain't going to be cooking them like that. So I need to break these pork chops down. Okay. I ain't gonna wash them all. Cause I do that when I get ready to cook them anyway. So I'm probably gonna put like, a lot of times when I make pork chops, I don't bake my pork chops because I don't like baked pork chops. So 9 times out of 10, I fry them. So with me frying them, you know what? I'm gonna bag them up 2 to a bag because with me doing 2 to a bag, if I need 2 bags, if I want to make 4, then I could just pull on 2 bags. So I'm gonna bag them up 2 to a bag. Cause 9 times out of 10, I just want to fry these pork chops. Maybe pork chop sandwich. Yep. So I'm gonna put 2 ounces to a bag. leftover fried pork chop. So. Y'all gonna start breaking your meats down and stuff. Y'all know I don't mind. I'll break my meats down in a minute. But you gotta start breaking it down so that, you know, it helps keep you from overcooking and stuff like that. Throwing away foods. You have leftovers, start putting that stuff in the freezer before it go bad. Put it in some Ziploc bags and put the label on it so you know what it is. And put it in the freezer. That way when you don't feel like cooking one day, it's better than a TV dinner. You know, you got your leftover foods that you done already cooked. Sometimes you could portion it up into like lunch trays and stuff. So portion it up. That way you'll have you make your own little TV dinners out of your leftovers. Dang, I hate to put my hand on here all the way. These some nice 5 pork chops too. The only cook. One for me and one for him. These some big old chops. They don't sort it. They're not the other ones. But I got what was on sale right now. Okay. So I took 2 little family packs of pork chops. Each one of them has 7 pork chops in it. And I broke them down to my family size. And I got about 7 bags of pork chops. Works for me. Depends what I'm gonna be doing. That's how many I'll take out. Well, like I said, it's just me and Bae, you know. So, you gotta cut back. Cut back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags. I don't have the strength, but I'm about to do it anyway. I'm finna wash these dishes, and them, even if I just let them sit over here till I come rinse them off. Let me wash my dishes real quick, y'all. Because I know once I sit down, my lazydom finna kick in. I already know, because I'm already exhausted. Like, my energy is gone. So let me just handle this here. At least my dishes will be washed. I don't want that sitting in that sink like that. Y'all, them cupcakes was good all the way to the end. I ate all them cupcakes. I just ate the other ones when I came back from out of town. They was good. My dishwasher full of dishes, so that's why I'm gonna let these sit here. I gotta put the other ones up. I think I got some, man. I'm gonna check and see. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, pretty sure I do. I got my own groceries out the car today. Normally, Babe get the groceries out the car for me, but he was still at work. So, Babe, he seen me getting the groceries out the car. He told me, you can't wait for me to come home. I'm like, no, because I got to go ahead on and do what I got to do. And he was like, I see you using the wagon to get the groceries and stuff and bring them in the house. He told me, you ain't never seen me use no wagon to bring no groceries in the house. I say, see, that's the difference between me and you. Because us women, we work smart, not hard. I put that wagon on that porch up there and bag my car to the door. And I loaded the wagon up from the door. And once that wagon got full, I came on up them steps and pulled that wagon on in the house, honey. And I ain't have to make number 3 trips in the house. With him, he'll be walking all the way from the car porch back and forth with bags in his hand. We done took about 20 trips bringing in groceries, honey. One thing about me, honey, I might be big, but I ain't finna put that much damn exercise in, honey. That's too much work, honey. I took three trips up them steps, and that was it. Oh, and I'm gonna work smart. That one thing by me. You ain't finna overwork me. And I'm sure ain't finna overwork myself. Try not to anyway. Hey, Kay. What you said? I've all as always told you, you are so wise to be so young. Your videos are so inspiring, helping many, I'm sure. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. Yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm glad I got it though. I'm glad I got my wisdom that I got. You know, because people my age and people that's older than me, they just don't they don't be trying to I don't think they be trying to learn how to survive, child, or learn valuable life skills that's gonna help you throughout your years. Like you gotta learn some stuff, You gotta learn some stuff. Learn how to make it every day. And that's one thing about me. I'm gonna learn how to make it now. It feel like my nail. I hope my nail was not lifted. I hit it earlier. Whew. And I learned, like I said, I learned what I learned, a lot of it from my dad. I didn't know that this is what he was instilling in me. But he definitely, my daddy instilled budgeting in me. Budgeting. And he used to love to say, save and conserve, save and conserve. That was his favorite thing to say, save and conserve. Learn how to save and conserve. And, and he had me doing my meats and stuff, cutting them up, cutting them down, breaking them down to family size and all that right there. Like, that stuff I always had to do growing up. So, I'm telling you, like, I've been doing this ever since I've been, like, 11, 12 years old. If not younger. Yeah, probably about 11, 12 years old. I've been doing this that long. So, breaking down my meats and dividing them up and, grocery shopping on budgets and stuff like that. I didn't just learn this. Like, I didn't learn this when I got older. I didn't learn this when I got on my own. I didn't go through something to have to learn this. My dad taught me this stuff in my younger years coming up, because I'm telling you, I used to be the one going grocery shopping. He'll give me a $200 cash budget. We didn't have food stamps. We did not have food stamps. And now if my mama did have food stamps back when I was real little. I probably was like 5, 6 years old at this time. And my mama had food stamps then. That's when they had them little paper food stamps. Now, we used to have food stamps then, I remember. But once I got up to some size, old enough, where I can go to the grocery store and shop and stuff like that. I ain't talking about, like, let me see. I probably was like 15. Or, I'm going to say 15. I ain't going to say 14. But I think I was at least about 15 years old when my daddy, I know for a fact it was before I was 16. So it could have been 14 because I was 16 when I learned how to drive. So, and I had to, and one day I came home and I was like, Dad, I know how to drive. He was like, how you know how to drive? Who taught you how to drive? But when my older sister used to come to visit us, she used to get his car and stuff. And, he used to let her take us around and stuff because she had a license. And so she used to take us to the mall, and we used to go in the parking lot at the mall, and she was teaching me how to drive like that. And then it went from there to now when we leave and get out and be going to places we be going, like driving across the bridge and all that. She used to have me holding the steering wheel, or, she started me out holding the steering wheel going across the bridge because she was scared herself because she from Georgia and they ain't got bridges and stuff. So I used to have to hold the steering wheel while she sit there with her eyes closed and we going across the bridge, right? Crazy. But I used to have to hold the steering wheel from the passenger side. So then I think that's when she started teaching me from there. She started me the holding the steering wheel. Then she took me to the parking lot at the mall and was driving around the parking lot. And I just learned to drive just like that. So once I got in the ninth grade in high school, that's when I took up driver's ed, and I ended up getting my license like that in high school. So I never had to go and do driving tests and all that stuff like that at the DMV. Never had to do that. Only thing I had to do was take my little pink slip once that year was up after having my permit, and got my license like that. So a lot of things in life, God been looking out for me though. God really have been looking out for me because the things that I did coming up, it paid off for my life now today. You know what I'm saying? Like it really, I could see where God was in the midst then because He was preparing me for now. So yeah, but anyway, so once he learned I knew how to drive and I showed him that I can drive, I got in the car with him and I was just driving and stuff. And once he saw that I knew how to drive, it was a wrap from there. I had to do a lot of things. And one of the things that I had to do, I had to grocery shop. So back to the grocery shopping. But I had the grocery shop. And my daddy would put $200 cash in my hand and he'll tell me, you go to the grocery store and you get what we need. He said, cause see, okay, hold on. Cause he was like, cause what I be buying, and he was like, I don't want you to come home with no junk. And so I used to go to the grocery store, and I used to try to make, and he was like, you better make that money stretch. He said, cause that's all we got for the month. And so I used to go to the grocery store, and at this time I was shopping at Walmart. When I first learned, I was shopping at Walmart. I used to have to go across the bridge over to the Walmart and grocery shop at Walmart, and I I started out there, you know, buying groceries and stuff like that. And then once I got the hang of it, and it was on me then after that to grocery shop. So once I got the hang of how to grocery shop and all that stuff, that's when I went to learning how to not only shop at one store, I started shopping at two stores then. So I went from Walmart. I get the little things that we needed from Walmart, like the bag cereal, because I was not allowed to buy cereal in a box and all that right there because there wasn't enough for our family. So I used to buy the bag cereal. I learned how to make that money stretch. I thank God though, because I'm telling you, like, I was a young girl doing this stuff. Young, one even 17, one even 16 years old doing this. So I I went from there to shopping and Save a Lot. Once I started shopping and Save a Lot, you know, that opened my eyes to most savings. Like, dang, like we can get more groceries for the money by me shopping here, you know. So made that thing stretch. Y'all remember you had to put a quarter in the buggies to get the buggy, and you got to buy your bags. The bags were like 5 cents, 10 cents, something like that. I ain't never buy them bags. I used to put my bags and put my groceries in the boxes. So anyway, went to Save a Lot, began all my little savings and stuff as stretching them dollars at Save a Lot shopping. So that's the two stores I was shopping at. Then when him and my mama split up, that's when I really got even more of a budgeter because it was hard for my mama. And my mama, you know, my mama had to go through what she was going through. And she had to learn how to stand on her own 2 feet. So thank God for me because I had learned a lot along my years with him, you know, not knowing that this is something that he really instilled in me. And I don't know if he knew what he was doing when he was doing it. I can't say. But he did it. He did it though. And I thank God for that though. You know, it just, y'all, I'm just a crybaby, but you know, I just thank God for, you know, what I learned because I need it. You know, I need this stuff in my life. But anyway, I ain't finna cry, but you know, it's just touching, you know, because I'm just thankful. It's just touchy. So anyway, so once they split up and stuff, that's when I really became more of a budgeter. So I remember my brother, you know, and his friends and stuff, they used to come over to the house and all of that right there. You know, my brother, he was into rapping, and, you know, all his little friends, they used to come over and they be rapping and stuff like that, but they was always hungry. They was always hungry. So I'll cook. I'll cook food for them and stuff. See, me cooking for family and cooking for people, this passion go back before y'all even know. You know what I'm saying? This passion go all the way back to when I was 15, 16 years old at home and my brother having a house full of company. Like, we at least had about 10, 15 people at our house over there, and they just over there making music and stuff, you know, trying to come up in the world, thinking that it was gonna blow off of making music. They really could rap. And I remember, I'm gonna just throw this in there. So yeah, but I remember there was a time they was looking for people to sing and stuff like that, and I'm out there on foot, like I was their producer out there looking for people, helping them look for people that could sing and rap and stuff like that. And then we bring on back to the house, and I'll be the one that tell them, "Oh no, that don't sound good, or that don't sound good." Like, you over here trying to sound like somebody else. You need your own little rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So I was picking and choosing certain people for them, you know, to be in their little group they had and all that right there. Anyway, so they be hungry and stuff, right? Because they'll be at the house from the time we get out of school to the time to probably about 1, 2, 3 in the morning. They'll be at the house, and so I was cooking for them and stuff, right? But I think this is probably why I love chicken so much too, y'all, because that's what I used to cook for them. I used to cook for them chicken and French fries, and I didn't buy like store bought fries because it would have cost me more money. So what I used to do was like, I'm like, if y'all want to eat, y'all better give me $5 a piece. So they'll all give me $5 a piece, but me being smart as I am, I already know with all these people here and each one of them giving me $5 a piece, I'm gonna be able to go to the store and get a whole bunch of meat with that. So I used to go to the store, they'll give me $5 a piece, and it was this little it was this it was a corner store. What we call it in Florida is a corner store, right? It was the hood corner store. But the hood corner store used to sell meats and stuff in there like you going to a meat market, right? So they used to sell meats and stuff. And so I used to go to the corner store. It was right around the house, right around the corner from the house. At this time, I was walking there. So I go walking to the corner store, and I'll go in there and I'll be like, let me get this many leg quarters, right? So I get the leg quarters, right? So I remember back when my daddy, he used to go to Sanford, he used to get meats and stuff like that. You know, like he'll get his stuff weighed or let me get $10 of this or $20 of that or $30 of this or $40 of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I used to do when I go to the meat market. I was like, let me get about $20 of that. Mind you, I done collected some money now, but I wasn't taking that money really spending it like that. I was taking that money going buying the meats, filling the freezer up. So that way, every time they wanted to eat, they always had to give me some money, even when I did have extra meats in the freezer and stuff, because that meat was for when they came over to eat, and it was for our family to eat when wasn't nobody there. So I used to go to the meat market. I used to get them meats. I'll tell them, give me like $20 of this or whatever. I'll get them leg quarters and like the thighs. I had them cut the thighs up 3 times. I'm telling you, I used to stretch that meat. Because when you cut the leg from the thigh, you got 3 pieces of meat. I mean, 2 pieces of meat. But I used to take, so instead of having 2 pieces of meat, I used to get 5 pieces of meat out of one leg quarter. Cause I have them cut that thigh up in the middle and then cut it down at the top. And then I get 3 pieces out the thigh, and then we'll have a chicken leg. Or sometimes I might have them cut the chicken leg in half, depends on how big they was, and then I get 2 pieces out chicken leg. But I used to stretch that food, y'all. And when I tell y'all we always had food to eat, I used to buy bags of potatoes because I used to cut up the potatoes to make French fries instead of buying bags of fries. And we ate good, and they ain't complaining about where the extra money was at, where the money was at, because they didn't understand nothing like that. Some of them was older than me, like some of the boys was older than me. It was probably at least about 3 or 4 of them that used to come over that was older than me. But then the rest of them, they was younger than me. So they ain't understand grocery shopping and what it costs to buy groceries and food and stuff like that. They ain't understand none of that. But I understood how to go and buy food and stuff. So that's how I used to keep our freezers full. So then my dad, he left me his car, and so at like on certain days, me and my mama, I'll get my mama up. I had found out, I can't remember how I found it out, about the food pantries. So I get my mama up and I'm like, Mom, I was like, let's go to the food, which mama works. But I say I got my mama up because my mama used to work night shift. So, a lot of stuff fell on me because my mama worked at night. And, I was just a kid still at home. And every now and then I worked. I was 16 years old. Y'all don't know this about me, but I was 16 years old and I'm in a union. I don't know if I'm still in it or not because I haven't been back home and I'm not going back home to live. But I was in a union where I worked on the port. The Port Canaveral where you got the porters and stuff like that. They put your luggage in the unload your cars and they take your luggage to the cars and the porters the ones that work in the back on the dock, the ones that's loading the cages for the suitcases and stuff like that to go on the ship and all of that. Well, I was 16 years old working there, and my daddy, he was like, you can't tell them how old you is because I think I was finna turn 17 once I got sworn in. So I was sworn into ILA, International Longshoreman on Cape Canaveral in Florida. So I was in that and I used to work the car boat and stuff like that when the car boat used to come. But I didn't do it all the time because I was still in school. But that's some stuff that I had did, coming up. That's the job that I had. Made good money doing that too. But anyway, so long story short, that's how I learned to become the budgeter that I am today. Because back then it was just instilled in me. It was just the things that my dad had me doing, and I may have didn't want to do it at that time. Probably had an attitude, probably was fussy, whatever. I don't really can't remember that part if I was fussy or didn't really want to do it, but that's what I had to do. And like I said, we used to go to Sanford to the meat markets down at the meat market in Sanford. Y'all from that area, y'all know what I'm talking about. The meat market probably still there. But we used to go down to the meat market down in Sanford, and we'll go order like this much chicken or this much oxtails, sausage, um turkey wings, and all kind of stuff, right? So then, like they'll give you the little baggies that and stuff like that for the meats or whatever. So he'll get a whole bunch of the bags or whatever. We'll bring the food home, and I had to uh cut down the sausage link and cut up the leg quarters and divide up all the food into the family size meals for our family. I had to divide all that stuff up, and then I had to have a rotation for the deep freezer. So he taught. That's why I do my stuff the way that I do about the deep freezer and stuff like that, with rotation and all that right there, and keeping the deep freezer stocked up. And y'all be wondering, you got all that stuff. How you gonna stack that in the freezer like that? I'm telling you, I've been doing this for years, y'all. So I used to have to stack up the deep freezer with our meats and stuff, and then I used to go to the grocery store, and like the little quick stuff, the only little quick stuff we really used to have. I'm gonna show y'all, and I bought me some this time because it just took me back to those days when I was younger, and we used to have a deep freezer full of these chicken pot pies. So you get the beef pot pies and the chicken pot pies. My daddy used to love these pot pies, y'all. But back then, you used to have to cook these pot pies in the oven, okay? And it's been years when I tell y'all, like, I grew up on these things. So it just took me back, and when I saw they had these for $1, I was like, let me get some of these. So I had ordered some beef and some chicken and put in my freezer for who wants some. But back then, you used to have to cook them in the oven. But nowadays, you can cook them in the microwave and they rise. But you couldn't cook them like that back then. So let me show y'all a scar that I got. So let me show y'all, I'm finna show y'all this scar that I got. So I got this scar on my hand. Let me see. I probably was like 9, 10 years old. Mind you, I was 9, 10 years old. I was cooking. I was cooking meals, like meals for the family. And so and at this time we had a gas stove, and that's when I learned to cook on the gas stove. And so one day I was cooking up some pot pies in the oven, and I remember it was at nighttime, and I had pulled that pan out of the oven with them pot pies on it, and some kind of way one of them pot pies had done fell off that pan and landed right on my hand. and on my thumb right here. And when I tell you my whole thumb had swole up from the heat from that pop pie on my hand, y'all, I remember I was in that bed. We had a bunk bed then. I was in that bed crying all night. Mom told me, put some butter on it. The butter made it worse. That's why I don't put butter on nothing, y'all, because butter makes stuff, honey, it make it worse. But on this thumb, you probably can't really see it, but you could tell the little light spot that's on my thumb. If you could see the little light spot up in here, but up in here on my thumb is where that pot pie had done fell on my hand out the oven when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I was cooking some pot pies. But I've been cooking for a long time. I've been doing this thing for a long time and breaking down meats. I've been grocery shopping for a long time. So getting them deals and budgeting and knowing how to pick this from that and that from this, like, it's nothing to me. It's nothing to me. I do it. It comes to me second nature because this is just something that I grew up doing. So, it don't bother me to go to the grocery store to do this because I've been doing it all my life. So that's why I can do it so well. That's why I know how to go in the store and I know how to stretch them dollars. Now sometimes I overspend, but that's because I could be getting other stuff. But I've been knowing how to stretch my dollars for a long time. And when I tell y'all I used to make them $200 go a long way, I'm telling y'all, let me tell y'all something. When we moved here, I was the one grocery shopping for us. It was just me and my mama. Like I told y'all, my mama, she had to learn how to stand on her own 2 feet. And I'm her daughter, but I can say that I am proud of the woman that my mama has turned out to be. Because my mama, she didn't have her own mind. She wasn't doing, doing things on her own only because of the man that she was with. I'm gonna just put it like that. Only because the man that she was with and how he was. And so my mama, she didn't know a lot of things. He pretty much molded her into the person that he wanted her to be. And so she had to break free of that bondage that she was in. So when she finally broke free, she got her own mind. She learned how to pay her bills by herself. She learned how to stand on her own 2 feet. She learned to not have to need a man, need a man. She learned how to do things on her own, pay her bills on time and all that. So, she learned how to hold it down by herself and take care of her kids by herself. And I can say I'm proud of my mama for turning out to be the person that she is. But I had to do the grocery shopping and stuff, right? So I ain't gonna say I had to, but I did because I was the driver. I was the driver. My mama don't drive. That's why I say I thank God for him, for my sister teaching me how to drive back when I was 15 years old and I was able to get my permit at 16. So I thank God for my sister, But at the same time, you never know what God may be doing in your life from a little kid, because what he uses you to do, what he have you doing from a little kid, it may be something that he may be teaching you, or skills that he's giving you for later on in life that you may need. So didn't know that I was going to have to be chauffeuring my mom around and stuff like that. Thank God I can drive, because that made it where we was able to get us a car once we got up here and was by ourselves and stuff like that, because we wouldn't have had nobody to take us around if I didn't know how to drive. So anyway, Mama had bought the first car and everything, child. Couldn't tell us nothing. We had us a raggedy Chevy. You hear me? That we had it. We took the circle everywhere we went, because I ain't really know how to get around, but I knew how to take that circle to get around. And so we had a raggedy Chevy, baby. That thing was so big, it was like a 1970 something. That thing was so big and brown and rusty and raggedy and old, baby, but we was getting around. You hear me? And so we had to get the car, and we had to take the circle, because if we tried to go down through town, we were gonna run out of gas. Cause baby, that car was so bad, honey. Every time we got in the car, we had to put gas in there, and we had to get it up to over about 50 in order for it to switch gears. Cause it'd be like, it'd be like, and it do all that before it actually switch gears. So when it switch gears, it be like boom, and so it switch real hard, and we be getting it, boy. So we hate when we got to a red light, because you had to start all over again with that. But we were getting it. So then after that, I ended up dating this man, and me and mom we used to love to go to this club here, right? I had introduced my mama to the club because when I first moved up here, I wasn't staying with my mama because my mama was staying with her sister and I didn't want her to stay there. And so I was staying with my sister over in Georgia. And so um damn, what I was gonna tell y'all. Oh, so with my sister and her mama used to love to go to this club over here, right? And so she had started taking us to the club, but I wasn't old enough to get in the club. But by her, the people knowing her at the stuff at the door and stuff like that, they used to let me in the club. So by the time I moved back here, my mama finally got her project and all of that there, and we finally moved back here, got our own place, settled in, happy, me and mama together. And then my brother, he finally came, and our family started coming back together because my brother, he was in Job Corps, my sister, she was back home, my dad. And I always stayed with my mama. I never left my mama's side. And so, we ended up, we ended up getting our place or whatever. And then while we was there, I introduced the club to mama. So boy, when I tell you, every Sunday me and mama used to live in the club. Boy, it was an old people club. There wasn't no young people club. It was an older people club, and that was my get down. Like every Sunday we was at the club. So that's why I don't really club. I think that's probably why I don't really club as much now. Cause for one, I don't like hanging out with younger people. I like hanging out with the older people, like the older ones, honey, the ones be two stepping. Like, let me hang out with some of them, the ones that like the line dance. Let me hang out with them. So I got an old spirit, and I know y'all probably can tell, but my soul is old, and I love that about me. I love that, and I would never change. I would never change that about me. But I like being with older people because older people know how to act. So, me and mama, we started going to the club and hanging out at the club and stuff like that, and I had ended up meeting this dude, right? So everybody that I met here, they was, I was fresh meat. I was fresh meat to all of them. First of all, I was young. I'm hanging out with old folks, looking good, honey, and I was the center of attention. The center of attention every time I went to the club. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause y'all already know about me. I love to dance, and that was I was never too slow about that back then. I was even worse then. So anytime I went to the club, baby, I always had a circle of people always around me, and mama on the side, root me on, child. Go Tiana, drop it down low, do the split, all that right there. So I always had a crowd around me because when I go to the club, baby, I used to show my tail. I used to show my tail at the club. So and that went on for years, honey. Went on for years. But I met this dude at the club, and this dude, he was like, ooh, I think this dude was at least about 20 something years. He was like at least about 25 years older than me. And we started dating and stuff. And that was my first time ever dating a dude that old. But he didn't really act like he was that old. He tried to act like he was young, and he used to dress nice. He kept himself up, and everybody that I met, they always claimed that they was contractors or this or that, right? So it wasn't nobody that we ran into. They didn't say that it was a contractor. So they tried to act like they was he was talking about he was a contractor, which he was, but he didn't have his own business. But he was a contractor, and that's when I be telling y'all about that I learned how to do sheetrock and all kind of stuff like that. I learned that from him. So um I met him, and long story short, I'm not gonna go down the road with me and him, but um he knew this guy that lived in a couple towns away or whatever, and they was selling their car. So it was a Demonte Mitsubishi, child. Baby, that was me and mama first good car. And let me tell y'all, one thing about me, let me tell y'all, I'm a budgeter, and I am definitely a I'm gonna get a deal. I'm gonna whatever you call that, I'm gonna auction your ass down. I'm gonna try to talk you down on your price. And mom be like, no, just give him what he asked for. I say, you don't say nothing when we go up in here too. Because the man was trying to sell the car for $1,000, right? It was a good car too. And the man, he was trying to sell the car for $1,000. And if I'm not mistaken, I talked that man down to selling me and mama that car for $800. And me and mama had us a good car. And when I tell you, baby, we was rolling then. We was rolling. I'm telling you, it's been a journey for me, and I thank God for my journey because I don't. I haven't been through a lot in my life, but I have seen more than a kid should have seen coming up a little bit. Um, and in a abusive household and stuff like that. That's what I mean by seeing more than what a kid should have seen. I really didn't see a lot of that, but it was going on. It was going on there, and that I don't know. God just took me. He chose me. He chose me and gave me the wisdom that I needed for today. You know, like today, my everything I've been through, everything I've seen, everything I had to do growing up, as far as grocery shopping and doing what I had to do for our family. I was the oldest, in the household, so it just made me the person that I am today. And I just thank God for everything. I can't be mad at nothing I went through because if I didn't go through what I went through, if I didn't have to do the things that I had to do, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't know how to be the person that I am. I wouldn't know how to be the person that I am. So I thank God for the things that I had to do because that's why y'all. That's why I can be an inspiration to y'all. That's why y'all see what y'all see in me because of what I had to do coming up. So I can only give God the glory for that because God knew exactly what he was doing when I guess he just took my hand. He took my hand and he just started leading me. And with the discipline that I had in my life, I was going to be obedient. You know, I had discipline in my household. So I was going to be obedient. I was going to do what I was supposed to do. I was going to go and do it. I couldn't talk back or my damn eyes would have got slapped out my head. So, like, I did it all. And that's why I'm so good at what I do. That's why I'm so good at what I do. And one thing my dad, he used to always say, see, my dad had let me go. He let me go. He stopped doing a lot for me when I was 16 years old. And he stopped doing for me because coming up, I was also doing hair. So I used to keep people over to the house all the time from school and, other people, my brother friends or my sister friends and, stuff like that. Like I was doing kids' hair and stuff, coming up. Get out of school, I come home and be doing hair from sun up to sundown and making money like that. So my dad was seeing the money that I was making and all of that. You know, it was this one girl, I remember her in particular. I ain't gonna call her name, but it was this one girl. I knew that I got growing hands from doing this girl hair because this girl, she used to love to wear them little weaves and stuff, gluing it in. Y'all know we had the tracks. We used to glue in one by one then. It wasn't no quick weaves then. It was the little tracks you glued in. You slick your hair back in a ponytail and went to tracking that weave in. And then doing the visible parts and all that right there. See, I know how to do all of that. I just didn't know how to, cut and style. But I know how. I'll tell you, I'll lay it down for you. Now, you're going to have to go find you somebody to style it for you now. But I knew how to do all of that, the crochet and all that stuff. I've been wearing crochet before these people even been doing crochet. I was wearing crochet back then when crochet wasn't even the style. People used to talk about you when you wore crochet, but people, the crochet that I was wearing, people didn't know that I was wearing crochet because I was already wearing the loose hair that people is wearing now. And I used to call it tree braids. Y'all remember they had the tree braids then. So I used to tell people that I was wearing tree braids, and they thought I was wearing tree braids because I wasn't using the crochet hair. I was using that loose hair, and they thought I was wearing the tree braids. So I've been doing that for years, but so I used to do hair and make money like that. So one thing my dad used to always tell me, he was like, "I'm proud." He said one thing about you, I ain't got to worry about you. He said because you responsible. You do what you supposed to do. You know how to you know how to save. And he said I'm glad that you like that because I ain't got to worry about you. He used to tell me that all the time, but at that time it never made sense to me because I just used to look at him like, oh, you just don't want to do nothing for me because he had cut me off. He stopped buying me clothes, school clothes, shoes, supplies, all that. I used to have to take my own money and go buy my own school clothes, my own shoes, my own everything that I needed for school. I could not do what I wanted to do with my money. I had to use my money and use it for stuff that I needed. So I think that's why I'm like that now though when I think about it. Because it's easier for me to go buy my husband whatever he wants and buy him the things that he needs. Cause I'm definitely a good provider. But when it comes to me, baby, I'll be thinking twice. I'll be done picked it up and put it back down. And I think that's only because that's how I had to be coming up. I couldn't buy the things that I wanted to buy with my money. I had to buy the things that I needed. And so I'm like that now. Like I be wanting stuff, but a lot of times I don't buy it because I'm like, I need this or I need to get that. Or I don't really got to have that. I'm real strict on myself when it comes to buying a lot of things that I really want. And I'm kinda getting out of that a little bit, but things that I want, it better make some sense. I better be able to see it later on. I'm not one of those type of people that buy stuff and I can't see it later. I'm not wasteful like that. I'm wasteful, but I waste wisely, and I always tell y'all that I waste wisely. I waste on things that I know I'm gonna be able to see in the long run. I want to be able to see what I be done spent my money on 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now if I keep it that long. So I waste wisely. I'm not just a wasteful type person where I'm not gonna see my money the next day. I just can't see myself being like that. I don't ever think I would be like that because it's just not in me to be like that. But but yeah, I'm just that person. I'm just that person. Oh, I was gonna tell y'all about the girl, right? So I knew my hands was I had growing hands, right? So I knew I had growing hands because y'all, now that I'm sitting here and I'm reminiscing with y'all, let me sit down while I talk to you, y'all. My feet hurt, and I said I want to take a break, and I'm over here. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Okay. So anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah, so I knew my hands. I had growing hands when it came to doing hair, cause anybody hair that I did, y'all. Let me tell y'all about this one person that I had before I go to this girl, cause it just came in my mind, and I don't wanna like forget it. But I had this one client, right? And she was an older lady. She was older. And her daughter stayed with her and her grandkids and stuff like that. And I started out doing her daughter hair first. And then by the time the daughter and the sister and the mama saw how I did her hair, the daughter, she was probably in like her late 30s, early 40s. And I used to do her hair, in braids and different kind of stuff like that. Then I went from doing her hair to doing both of her daughter's hair. I'm telling you, the baby was 9 months old. I was doing the baby hair. Then I got her mama. I was doing the mama hair. So the mama is who I was going to tell y'all about. So her mama, she had a bald spot in her head, right here in the middle, and she used to love to come to me because she never had nobody that could do her hair and cover up the bald spot that she had in her head. No matter what kind of style I did, I always cover her bald spot. But I just wanted to throw that little piece up in there. But so it was this girl I was going to school with. I told you I wasn't gonna call her name, but it was this girl I was going to school with, and she used to get all them little tracks and stuff in her head, and her hair was real brittle. And every time she came to me, she didn't have no edges. All her edges was gone. So I used to, every time she come to me, she was like, Tiana, I just need you to do my hair, all my hair gone. I'm like, I told you, you gotta stop letting everybody put their hands in your head. So I was like, and then she was a pretty girl at that too. So, maybe the people that was doing her hair could have been jealous of her or whatever because she was a pretty girl. And so, but she never would listen to me. So every time she came to me, she was always bald head. Every time she came to me, I always had to grow all this back, all her edges, everything. And by the time I grow all her hair back, next thing you know, she'll go off and do the same thing again. Unless I'm about to start putting that weave in the head and taking it out again. But that's how I knew I had growing hands, with me doing hair. So let me tell you how God's so good. Just seeing her reminiscing, just thinking about it. God's so good, right? So when me and my mama finally split, not we didn't split, but we ended up leaving the house that we was in because my mama was buying her house. And so we ended up leaving the house. She let my dad have it, and it is what it is, from there. And so I bounced and moved around 9 times before my mama actually got settled in one spot. So that kind of like messed up my senior year in school and all of that. That's why I couldn't. That's part of the reason why I couldn't graduate in high school. So, but I did end up getting my GED once we got settled here. I ended up getting my GED. God's so good. God is so good, y'all. Because right where we was living at, they used to have this bus that come and park in front of the projects where we was at, and it was the GED bus. So I used to go out there every morning and get on that bus and be practicing for my GED. And then we ended up moving, and I started going to the building, you know, that they have here where you can go and study for your GED test. And so while I was studying for my tests and stuff like that, I wasn't even in that class long. It was a lot of people in there. They had been in them class in that class for years. And the lady, she was like, she say, you passing all this stuff I'm giving you, all these assignments and stuff. She said, you passing all this stuff. And I had got to the point where I was tired of going to school, right? Every morning and stuff. But God's so good though. I'm telling you, it's almost like every time I get tired of something, it's almost like I must be coming to the end and be about ready to move on to the next level in my life, because that's when miracle always happens for me, when I get tired. And either good or bad, but it can only be for the good. And I only said good or bad because of something else that had happened in my life. And I remember talking to myself in the mirror, and I was just looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, God, I'm tired. I can't do this no more. I'm tired. And I hate that I had said that, because when I said that, that's when the situation had happened right after that. But ain't nothing I could do about that. But anyway, I had got to the point where I was getting tired of going to school and stuff like that. I was getting tired, and I didn't want to go no more. And so the lady, she was like, I'm finna see if you can go. I didn't tell her this now. This is just a feeling that I had. And so the lady was like, "You passing all those stuff in here." She was like, I'm finna go up here to the office and see when they get ready to have the enrollment for the GED test. I'm finna see if you could just go take that test. She said, "Cause I believe you can do it." And I was like, "Okay." So she had went up there. She talked to him. When she talked to him, they had them put me down on the list. I wasn't even in the practice classes that long, and I was able to go take my GED test. So I went to go take the test. We had to go over to the college to take the test. I never forget. It was pouring down raining this day once I got in there. And y'all probably done heard this story before, and my story is never gonna change. But it was pouring down raining. Like the sky had done fell out. And I was sitting in there, they had just gave us our books. And I opened my book, and when I tell y'all, I didn't read too many questions on that test. I probably read like the first few, and after that, I was done because I knew I wasn't gonna pass it in my mind. I knew I wasn't gonna pass that test. So I started going through the book, and I just started marking anything. And I remember most of the answers that I was marking was a lot of C, 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 on C, D, A. Like I'm just going through the book, just marking. It was pouring down raining though. I gave him my book, and I was like, it is what it is. Because I didn't know nothing on that test. Nothing. Nothing on that test. And when I went in, when I got, I can't remember if I got, no, I think I still, was I still going to class? I think I still had to go to class even after taking the test. Did I have to still go to, I think I, ooh. Did I have to still go to class after I took the test? I can't remember. I kind of feel like I still went to class a couple of times. I kind of think I did. But anyway, I got my results. Nope. I don't think I still had to go to class because now I remember the results came in the mail. And I was a couple points away from passing with on a roll score. I don't know how I did it, but only thing I could tell you that it wasn't nothing but the grace of God that let me pass that test. Cause I know for a fact I ain't know nothing on that test, and I scribbled and I bubbled anything going through that whole test. It wasn't nobody but God. But God wanted me to have my GED because He know what I went through in my life and the reason why I didn't get my high school education. And He wanted me to have that for myself because He knew that I wanted that for myself. And I was even considering, before even going to the GED classes, I was considering going over to the high school, and I was going to have to take classes and stuff like that. And I didn't want to be, uh, how old? I was like 19 years old. I didn't want to be that old in the school trying to take classes at no high school and stuff. So that was like embarrassing to me, and then also had to ride the school bus and all of that. Like I didn't want to do that. But then God opened that other door for me where I was able to go take my GED test, and I passed my GED test with flying colors. So, you know, it wasn't nobody but God. I just thank God for being in my life every step. Like, y'all just don't understand why when you just sit and just think about where God just been in your life and what He done did for you. You know what I'm saying? And I know it wasn't me, and I know it wasn't me. I just thank God. I thank God. Just like I told y'all, with me being here, where I'm at, moving here, it wasn't nobody but God. Because God knew that He was going to need me later on for my grandmother. I ended up only being 30 minutes away from my grandmother coming from Florida. Coming from Florida. I was 9 hours away from my grandma. never thought that I was going to be the grandchild that had to be there for my grandmother, because it's not like my grandma raised me. My grandma didn't raise me. We wasn't with my grandma like that. My grandma had kids that lived with her. My grandma had other grandchildren that lived with her, but we was the grandchildren that my grandma came to visit, every other summer, I'm gonna say, because my dad would go and bring her back, to Florida to stay with us during the summer. We used to hate for grandma to come because grandma ain't do nothing but like to get us in trouble all the time, tell everything we did. And honey, that's the most whoopings we ever got because grandma was the reason for them. But time we get a whooping, her ass be sitting over there crying because we get a whooping, and she be the one that be done caustic for us. But when grandma came to visit, grandma always slept in my room. And I always had little snacks and stuff in my closet. I always had little snacks and stuff in my closet. And me and grandma, we be sitting up eating during the night and all that there. And then when grandma was back home, I used to always call grandma on the phone, just pranking grandma. Cause grandma is like, grandma just answer the phone for anybody. It ain't matter. Telemarketers be sitting on the phone talking to her, everything. I used to call grandma, tell her she won this, she won that. Just be calling grandma, pranking grandma on the phone all the time. And so I used to talk to grandma all the time over the phone, even when I was coming up or whatever. But my grandma didn't raise me. My grandma wasn't in my life how a lot of y'all think that she was. My grandma was not in my life like that. God just had set my life up where I had to be there for her. He just knew to assign me to that. And that's just how that happened. I was from Florida, moved up here. When I moved here, I used to always go and visit my grandma. I used to always go pick my grandma up. My grandma would be staying with me from 1 month to the next. I always had to take her back home before her check came. But grandma always was with me. Once I moved here, she was always visiting me because I was always going to visit. I was either visiting her, for the day, picking her up, going to take her to the a restaurant so she could go and eat some fish or something, or take her to go shopping or something like that because I didn't want her spending all her money in that town where she was in because stuff was expensive. So I used to bring her over here and she can go shopping for the stuff that she needed, or I used to buy her the stuff that she needed so she could save her little money. Like, I was in my grandma's life when I got here. So then years later, I ended up having to take my grandma in and take care of her. But it was all God that did it, and I know it was him that did it. That's the reason why I ended up living only 30 minutes away from her after her and my dad split up. And it wasn't a part of my plan nor my mama plan for us to be here. We just ended up here. And I always thought that I was going to go back home. We was eventually going to go back to our home. But we never did because it just wasn't meant for us to go back. So we ended up staying here, and that was part of my life, my story. My grandma. So now I'm here. Now I'm here. Me and my husband. Matter of fact, before my husband, I met my husband. I met him through my cousin because I didn't meet him through my cousin, but that's how I met him because I met his mama first. And I used to play cards with his mama and stuff. And so I met his mama through my cousin. And my mama met her first. And so we all used to start playing cards, and we went we started from playing cards from my house to my cousin's house, then it went from my house to my cousin's house to playing cards to my house, my cousin's house, then my ex-boyfriend's house, then we went from my house, my cousin's house, my ex-boyfriend's house, my ex-boyfriend mama house. Then we started playing my house, my house, and my cousin's house, and my husband mama house. We weren't dating at the time. So I used to see my husband in passing. He wasn't none of my husband, but I had a boyfriend with me at the time. And the dude that I was with, he was real possessive and just crazy, and I just used to have to fight with him all the time and stuff. And I couldn't really look at him like that. My husband, I really couldn't look at him like that because at the time, he used to come in and he used to dress nice and have that loud mouth. I used to love that by him with that loud mouth. Just come in, he just know he just the freshest shit. Just walking through the loud mouth, be ready to play cards with my mama because my mama was his partner. Then he used to love to play cards with my mama. So I used to see him and, I'm like, but at the same time, I wasn't finna say nothing to him, but yeah, so it was like that. So after seeing him, off and on like that, we still never really had no conversations, nothing like that. Never really, he didn't know I liked him or was looking at him in a certain kind of way, just crush. It was just like a little crush. He didn't know I was crushing on him, and I didn't know he was crushing on me. But I just liked his mouth, that loud mouth. Every time he came, I used to love to see him coming. So, years later, years later, I don't know. Just one day, I just messaged him, message him on the Facebook Messenger, and I was like, I didn't have no boyfriend then, and I was like, you want to come over and play cards at Mama house? And he was like, nah, I can't come play no cards. I gotta go to work. That's one thing about him. My husband, he gonna go to work. I don't give a damn. He be up all night long. His ass still gonna go to work. So he was like, I gotta go to work. I can't come over, but I'll let you know if I can come over next weekend or something like that. I'm like, all right, cool. So then one day he was in the area. He come messaging me on Messenger. Now, mind you, these messages, I message him out the blue. Never even message him at all. Never messaged him at all. Never had no kind of conversation with him at all about nothing. We ain't never, even when he was coming over, we never even had conversations about nothing. Never talked nothing. Like he was just somebody that came over. I knew him because that was my friend's son, and we were just playing cards, and her son just showed up and he was there, and I just had a crush on him when I seen him, and that was that. But never really had no words with him, no nothing. So with me messaging him, that was just out the blue, like probably like my first time ever even having a conversation with him, asking him to come play cards. So okay, so I guess when I sent him that message that time, that kind of like left the door open for him to message me now. So he come message me, and how we go from that to this. But anyway, I'm riding. So anyway, uh, he come messaging me one day. He was like, I'm in the area. Can I stop by? He came over and only stayed for about a good little 5 minutes. And I sat in the garage and talked to him, and he went on about his little business or whatever. Then there was the second time he came. It was like probably like a couple months later. Never talked on the phone or none of that. Second time he come out the blue, messaging me, hey, can I stop by? I'm in the area. I'm like, yeah. I was like, you come on. So he came on over. I was taking my hair down that day. He helped me take down a few little 2 or 3 on, like he was interested or whatever. And, was over for a little while and didn't stay long. Because one thing about my husband that I know now, he gonna stop by, but he ain't gonna stay long. So he didn't stay long. He did stop by, but he didn't stay long. So he came and stopped by. He was gone about his little business. Then maybe some more months done went by. That's how it went. Some more months done went by. Then he come calling me on the phone, whispering. He's out in his yard. Now he had a girlfriend at the time, but I never messed with him when he had a girlfriend or nothing like that. But I knew he had a girlfriend or whatever. I always saw his girlfriend. Never, tried to talk to him. No, nothing like that when he had his girlfriend. Like it was nothing between me and him and when he had that girlfriend. But one day he come calling me on the phone, and he was telling me about, he was I guess he must have done left this time, and he was staying with somebody else, or must was sleeping in his car. However, this was a story. He told me that he was sleeping in the car, and he was letting people use his car, and they was taking advantage of him and running his gas out, not putting no gas back in his car, and all this right up. So I was over there giving him advice, you know. I was just giving him advice. I was just that person that he called every blue moon when he needed some advice or something. So that's kind of like how we started out a little bit, you know. Whenever he needed some advice, I was the one that he called, but it wasn't that regular. So then it went from him that one to him. No, I was finna tell y'all about he was standing in the yard. The one I just told you about, that was the first time he called. Then the next time he called, he was standing in the yard, and he was out there on the phone talking to me while he was at the house with the girl in the yard. But see, I didn't know, because I didn't know him like that. So he I didn't know he was still at the house with the girl, but come to find out, him and the girl had something going on, and he was just calling me, I guess, to just talk to me about his little problems that he had going on or whatever. One really telling me everything, but was just telling me about his little problems, and next thing you know, come to find out, he had to leave there that night, honey, drove over the trash can trying to get away from the girl. So but he didn't come where I was at. But I was just that person that he called on the phone, I guess, when he just needed somebody to vent to or something. So and that's all we was. That was it. And it wasn't that regular. It was like every blue moon. So um then one day, him and the girl ended up splitting up, and I don't know how we got in contact, but he had to message me. He didn't even have my phone number. He didn't even have my phone number. How he was contacting me, we was contacting. Well, he after I contacted him that one time, I wasn't in contact with him. He was just contacting me whenever he needed to vent. So it was only through Messenger. So he come message me, and I guess him and the girl had done split up, or he had done left the girl, and come to find out, he had left the girl and was staying over with his friend. And I think how I might have started talking with him on the regular from here was he needed a way to work, because he didn't have no car then. And he probably needed a way to work. And my husband, I'm telling you, my husband was dedicated. When I tell you this man was going to work every day with all his clothes and everything, them people the managers on the job, they knew he was a good worker, and they let him come to work just like that with all his clothes, everything, every day. So this how me and him got kicked off. Cause one day during this same time, I was taking him to work and stuff like that, picking him up. And then one day he was like, you go to the store and get me, it probably was some soap or something. Babe, what was it that you needed? Deodorant. Some deodorant. So babe was like, you go to the store and get me some deodorant. I'm like, yeah. Me being the person that I am, I went to the store. I got him some deodorant, a do-rag, some hair grease, a hairbrush, some soap, some tissue, some washing powder. Girl, I had got him all kind of stuff, because he was staying with somebody, but I didn't want him to have to need the person that he was with, and the dude be trying to talk about him and stuff like that. I don't know. I just did, not knowing that in my husband's mind at this time, when I done went to the store and bought all this stuff for him, he started thinking to himself, oh yeah, this girl a keeper. She done went to the store and got all this stuff, and I only asked her to give me some deodorant, not knowing he was thinking, oh yeah, this girl a keeper. So he ain't have nowhere else to go, and he knew he couldn't go stay with his mama, because it's, that situation right there. And so I was like, you can come stay with me. You come stay with me. So I told mama, because me and mama was staying together and all that right there, and I was young, a little high head, and I was talking to mom. I told mom, I was like, Mom, I was like, can he come stay with us? His mom was like, here you go. Here goes somebody else coming to stay with us. Tiana, I don't want nobody else to come staying with us, because of the dude that I was dating that was staying with us. Like, I'm telling you, like, me and him used to fight all the time, like cats and dogs, when I had to come back home. When I ended up, he took me from sugar to shit. And I ended up having to go back home that one time. And so, mama saw how me and him used to fight and stuff like that, and she ain't like that, so she thought I was going to be doing that again with him. And she was like, he ain't come, I don't know why, he can't come down. I'm like, Mom, he needs somewhere to stay. But see, me, I knew that I wanted him. I'm going to tell you how I knew. So I had to find a way to get him, but not knowing that he wanted me at the same time. I had to find a way to get him. So me and me and him, no, y'all know like I had a baby or whatever, and my baby she was in the hospital in Birmingham, and so I used to go to Birmingham all the time by myself, visiting the baby. The daddy he wasn't in her life, no one trying to be in her life, one trying to go see her, no none of that. So I was doing this all by myself, just traveling back and forth all the time, going to see her, staying down there on the weekends and all that there. But my husband though, when he found out I was pregnant, right? This was before me and him really started talking or calling me on the phone, and all that stuff like that. This was during my little season where I was a little hoe child for a little couple of months, child. It was only a couple of months, but I was a little hoe, right? Because I had me 2 million, child. Couldn't tell me nothing. But anyway, um, my husband had found that he had found out that I had got pregnant by the dude. He was like, man, how you gonna get pregnant by that dude? He was mad. He was mad. When I tell you he was mad, he was mad. I'm like, what you mad for? What you mad for? But didn't know that he liked me at the time. I'm like, what you mad for? Like, why you mad? He told me something. He told me something. You over there don't got pregnant by this dude over there, and I'm like, okay, like I really didn't understand. Anyway, so one day, um, I was leaving from my husband because when my husband ended up staying with the other guy that I was telling y'all about, when he split up from the girl, um, I think probably like from the second night that he was there, I was staying the night over there with him every night. So the dude had got jealous because he was like, oh no, she can't be staying here. He was like, oh, she ain't staying here. She just be here visiting me or whatever. But I be staying the night over there, and then we'll leave that morning, and I'll take him afternoon, and I'll take him to work, and I'll go back home. So, um, the weekend finally came. It was only probably about a week that we was there. I was going over there, and that he was actually probably there about a week. Yeah, he probably was there about a week. Or probably like a week and a half. He was there. But anyway, this how me and my husband relationship started. So when I first started staying the night with him, I wasn't giving him no sex, no none of that, because I knew that I didn't want him to want me just for sex. And so I told him, I'm like, good. It was so perfect because my period ended up being on the whole time I was staying the night over there with him and everything. So he really couldn't get none then. So it was on the way God wanted it to work. So that weekend had came, and I told him, I was like, well, I'm finna get ready to go to Birmingham to visit my baby. I was like, you want to come with me? He was like, yeah, I'll go. What? Okay. So that was our first trip together, going to Birmingham. Down there to see my baby. And then once he saw my baby, he got attached to her. He knew he was gonna be a father. He knew that was his baby. He was more attached to my baby than he was to me at that time. And then once I saw how he was a good worker and he was attached to my child, that right there really let me know, oh yeah, this the man I want right here. So we went from the dude, he didn't want him to stay there no more. So I was like, all right, you come stay with me. Me and my husband, we was never friends. We never had a friendship. Never. And literally within 2 weeks, we was in a relationship, living together. And honestly, if I really had to tell the truth, if you really think about it, when he was going through his struggle and I was taking him to work and I was staying the night with him and all that stuff right there, we didn't have no title in our relationship. We really was staying together from day one. From day one. I didn't know him like that. He didn't know me like that. I was just there for him in his time of need, and it went from there. And then it went from him to it went from me being there for him in his time of need to him being there for me in my time of need. So me and my husband, we was staying together from day one. We never had a friendship, never. And here we is, almost 9 years in, and we still going. So he was meant for me, and I was meant for him, and God set that whole thing up the way it needed to be set up. And we never left each other. We never been split up. We might fuss and cuss and all that right there each other, but you know, our relationship, it is what it is because we never had a friendship. We always just been a couple. We always been a couple. We never had the friend stage. And we've been staying together since day one. Since day one. We've been staying together since day. Babe, come here real quick. Can you come here? Okay. So I'm gonna let Babe sit here and kind of like vouch for y'all on this stuff because honestly, like I probably drove to pick him up and take him to work maybe 3 times. And that was late in the night. And I had got tired of having to drive and pick him up, so I started staying the night with him when he was at the dude house. He ain't had nowhere to stay. He was just staying with that dude. And I just started staying the night with him over there and was taking him to work that afternoon. Then once I took him to work, I went home. But we didn't have no title in our relationship then. Come here real quick. Sit right here if you don't mind. Just 1 second. Kind of like, let the people know because I'm in our relationship story real quick. So just come on, sit down for a second if you don't mind.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Hey, with your little dang having ass. All right, so when we sit back and think about it, how many times did I come and pick you up before I actually started staying night with you? How many times was it?
Once.
It was just one?
One time. Yeah, ain't left since. That's it.
Was it one time
That's
I
it.
pick you up and drop you off?
Tell me to work. That's it.
Just one time. I said about 2 or 3 times.
Nope.
I don't think it was that many times neither, y'all. I just said 2 or 3 because I just try to give myself a little credit on that part.
Girl, one time.
One time. But before that, we didn't have no kind of friendship or nothing.
No. Just see each other at my mama's house and say, hey, how you doing? Your boyfriend very jealous, thought you were trying to give him some coochie. You wasn't fucking nothing.
We weren't even talking like that.
No, but your boyfriend was jealous of
I'm
you.
just saying, but we didn't even have conversations when you came around. I don't even think I probably spoke to you or something. Say, hey, that was it. But other than that, nothing. And then, so once he was out and had to stay with that dude, that right there started us to. It didn't start a relationship. I was just helping him. And I'm telling you, that was our first time. Cause before that, we didn't hang out or nothing.
I just played cards every once in a while.
But that was at your mama's house when you was getting dropped off over there or coming over there, or whatever you was doing, honey. I thought he was a little hoe. He say he wasn't, but anyway, from what I know, he was getting dropped off at his mama's house from some girl. By some girls, whoever the girls was, he was always getting dropped off. And I ain't never want to talk to him like that because in my eyes, he was a hoe. So,
thought so.
But I just had a crush on him.
I had a crush on you too.
But I ain't know that though. So, once I started helping him and stuff, taking him to work.
You act like you done that a lot of times.
I did because I was doing it when you was staying with the dude.
Yeah, you stayed the night. Once you took him to work one time, you ain't never left no more after that.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell them. Like, we never had no friendship, no relationship, no conversations, no call on the phone, talk about, us, no, you my friend, I'm your friend, like, none of that. Like, out of the blue, You used to call me and be talking to me about your problems. Like, what was that about?
Man, I don't know. That was 30 years ago.
I'm just saying, but that's how it went though.
Pretty much, but I don't know how long I was
And
talking to you
and,
about.
and that's how it went. Like I'm telling y'all, like we never was friends. I just knew him. I just knew him. That's all it was. I just knew him. So, you know,
And been stuck ever since.
we just been together ever since.
Ain't been nowhere else since.
This should be 9 years.
Strong. Holding on. Holding on!
That's why I say people be like, you can't have love at first sight.
Holding
Or
on!
you can't fall in love with a person and know that that's your person, you know, from just dating them for a couple of months or just talking to
work.
them.
That's the only thing you
You
like about
you damn right I did. You damn right I did. I fell in love with the fact that your ass worked and that you didn't mind working, and I saw the potential in him. And once we really got together, and I saw that he didn't mind listening to me whenever I gave him advice on stuff that would help him do better, that right there took the cake. Because I'm like, and he listened to me, and we just started growing from there. He started growing, I started growing, we started growing together. And we started, doing our little thing. But we at right.
9 years strong.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get married. I tell y'all that.
It ain't been that hard, It really ain't been that hard. But it ain't been that. Oh, I didn't even know you had that though. That's what you get for laying shit down.
That's what I've been looking for.
But as the years been going on, this how we been getting to know each other. Oh, that smells good.
You be so extra.
You know that shit smells.
Well, you be extra.
But this how we been getting to know each other. We been getting to know each other from day one. And our ups and our downs, we've been together. We've been together. We just been together the whole time. And wasn't no separation. We didn't go through the friendship stage, no none of that. It was just, we was automatic girlfriend, boyfriend. And we became girlfriend, boyfriend within like the first month, because I was not finna give your ass a long time to decide if you want to be with me. And he tried to try me though. He thought he had a fool, right? He gonna say to me something, well, I don't know if I really want a relationship right now. Staying with me telling me this shit. Laying in the bed with me telling me this shit though. But we hadn't really established ourselves at the time. I just gave him a little time, just a little time. I wasn't gonna give him long, because what the hell I'm giving you a long time for, honey? For you to decide if you want to go and be with me or be with somebody else. Hell to the no. But anywho, he was like, I don't know if I'm on a relationship right now. I just came out of a relationship, and I ain't never had the chance to be single and know what it's like to live a single life. I was like, and you still ain't. Because first of all, you with me, and you already know what I want. You already know I want to be settled down. You know I want a husband. You know I want a family. You know I want all this right here. So me and you is on the same page. Y'all broke up a few times. So me and you, we on the same page. So that's how it's, and then we got married less than a year. It was less than a year. We really got married in like a couple months after dating. We got married because one thing I learned from this lady, God rest her soul, but she was like, Tiana, she said, you gotta stop shacking up with these men. If they good enough to lay down with you, they good enough to marry you. Don't be laying down with them, and don't be taking care of them, and they ain't doing nothing for you. They ain't trying to provide, and stuff like that for you. And I learned that from that lady. And when she told me that, and I met my husband, and I knew I wanted to be with him, I knew that I wanted to be married. And when he told me that he wanted to be married too, he wanted him a family, me and him was on the same page. And we finna turn these pages together. So me and him ended up getting married. And it's just been, and then once we got married, I'm telling y'all, anybody that's thinking about getting married, I haven't said this in a long time, but If anybody thinking about getting married, do it. Ain't nothing to wait on, because God can't bless mess, and God can't bless, um the boyfriend girlfriend stuff. He can't bless that stuff right there. God honors marriage, especially when it's one that you're supposed to be with. He honors that. And once you get married, I ain't gonna tell you not no whole month later, not no year later, no none of that. Immediately when you get married, your blessings start kicking in. I'm telling you. I told my sister-in-law this before her and my brother got married, and she listened to me, and she came back and told me. She said, Tiana, you want no lie. She said, once we got married, our blessings started overflowing. And it's the truth. God honors marriage. And when you get married to that person that you want to be with, or God uh, ordained you to be with, y'all blessings gonna just start, it's gonna kick in immediately. Whatever those blessings may be, but it's gonna kick in. So I'm right here where I'm at today, living a better life because of the duty that I have been doing for God. And, that's taking care of my grandmother. And I could have had a husband that wouldn't have accepted my grandmother and didn't want my grandmother to be with us, but I didn't have a husband that was like that. I'm telling you, I done took people in our house that I done let stay with us and stuff like that. My husband like, I don't care, whatever you want to do, it be up to me, whatever I want to do. Because I have the heart for that. I have the heart to help people. And so when I took my grandma in, I just noticed it. I just started noticing more blessings. God just really started taking care of us. And that's why he take care of us today. That's why I'm financially set. And that's why I am blessed and highly favored, because I know I'm blessed because of what I did for my grandma. I know that. So I've been there for my mama. I done been there for my grandma. I've been there for other people. And God been taking care of me, So regardless of what y'all see on the outside, what y'all don't like about me from this YouTube, that's your problem. But the person that I am, you'll never see that because you don't like me for whatever your reasons is. But I have a heart. I'm a caring person. I love to help people, especially when they're down and I can help. I love to help people. But I just don't let the people run. I don't let nobody run over me. And I don't take no shit off of nobody. And that's what people see, that's probably what they see, that they don't like, that little attitude that I have. But it is what it is. Because if I didn't have this attitude with the heart that I have, people would run over me. And see, I'm glad I got the attitude that I got, because can't nobody run over me. And I just don't do for no any and everybody. I do for who I'm led to do for. And that's it, that's all. So it is what it is, but I'm good people, and I know that God is happy with what I do and what I have done, and that's why he take care of me. So, it's just like that. But yeah, I said I was gonna cut up some bell peppers and onions and all that stuff right there, and I still got a few little grow. I said I was gonna grate some soap and all that there. I want to do it, but I ain't watched no YouTube today. I ain't seen no YouTube videos today, okay? And the longer I be on here with y'all, the later I'll be up tonight trying to watch some videos, child. So I got to watch me some YouTube videos, because I'm just like y'all. I like to watch YouTube, okay? So I got to go and catch up on some videos, because I'm missing out. And I done been here with y'all 2 hours and a half. So I think that's long enough for us today. Now, grating soap and all that stuff, I might come and grate some soap tomorrow with y'all in the morning or something. I might grate some soap tomorrow. Or, girl, I gotta get comfortable. I gotta get relaxed. I got to get in my element right now, cause I don't be like this, okay? I don't be like this. I appreciate y'all too. I don't be like this, okay? I'm still sitting over here in bra, pants, panties, all that, baby. I got to go and get down to the bare me, okay? I don't like being like this around the house. Cause that's why every time y'all see me and honey, titties be hanging, night clothes on, cause I'm in my element then, okay? I'm in my element. I don't like wearing clothes. I'm just saying. And then that's another reason why it's hard for me to do pranks too. Let me tell you. It's hard for me to do pranks. I can't do pranks. I can't do pranks like I want to do them. But it's hard for me to do pranks because anytime my husband see me in some clothes, he already knows something ain't right. Cause I don't have clothes on, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't wear clothes. And all the time I try to wear some clothes, I slap me on a t-shirt, child, with no bra and throw some panties on, and I be swearing I'm looking sexy for my husband, child. But I be all the way down to my bare sexy for my husband, child. Honey, I just be naked. I just like to be naked. I don't like wearing clothes, and that's just me, okay? So when y'all see me and I be coming and I be, honey, she need to go put a bra on. No, she don't, cause she don't be like that if she wasn't on here. And I'm not fixing to put on no bra for y'all, cause that's not what I wants to do. I ain't gonna be comfortable, okay? I try to cover up, but I like to be comfortable, okay? Honey, I got enough to be carrying around, and I don't need nothing to be tying me down. And them bras and panties and all that stuff right there, it just ties you down, okay? And I know I'm on here for the world. I understand that. My older people, I get it. But I don't give a damn. I'm just saying, I don't care. I be trying to act like I do care, but I don't give a damn. I'm just saying, okay? So, anywho, let me go, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all done got my little life story from putting up groceries, child. And I'll see y'all later. Okay? So I don't know if y'all gonna get a pre-recorded video tomorrow. Y'all probably will, cause I got to do a little. I gotta post a video. I gotta work hard. I'm working hard, y'all. I'm trying to meet my quota. I'm trying to meet my quota, and YouTube has made it hard for me this month. Like this month, y'all. I told y'all this already a couple weeks ago. This month has been the hardest month on YouTube for me in a long time. Man, it's been a struggle. I don't know what kind of changes they done made, but they done made some changes, and baby, when I tell you, it's been hard to reach the minimum goal that I have for myself. It's been hard to reach that goal, and I still ain't got there yet. So I still got to work hard to get there. So this month about over, and I'm still trying to get there. But with the help of God, I'm gonna get there. God gonna give me that he just gonna push me right on over that edge. I know he gonna do it. He gonna push me right on over that edge. If I don't even get pushed over the edge of what I'm trying to get to, God gonna help me get right there to the door. I might be maybe a little bit off, but I'm gonna get close. And I'm trying to. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all later on though. But I'm definitely I'm gonna record me making that soap, so y'all ain't gotta worry about missing me making the washing powder. The washing powder. I see a lot of y'all keep saying, I can't wait, I can't go miss that. I can't wait for the wash powder. I got all my stuff today to do the washing powder. So I'm gonna record myself doing the washing powder. But tomorrow, and I ain't even gonna tell y'all no story, honey, because I probably won't even come in and grate no soap with y'all tomorrow. I actually might get in here, really what I think I'm finna do, honestly. I'm finna get in here, go take me a shower, go get my little soap, sit up in my bed, turn my YouTube on, watch me some YouTube, and grate my soap. And I can't have y'all watching me grate soap on YouTube and stuff like that. Because I gotta watch YouTube and the sound gonna be in the back. And I got to go get into my little my peoples that I like to watch stuff. So anywho, y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, we're only a day away. Peace. Ooh.